right, y'all, big news. My new stand-up special, Live and Alive, drops Friday, October 24th, right here on my YouTube at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We shot it at Comedy on State, Madison, Wisconsin. There were 2 sold-out shows. The crowds were unbelievable, and I'm telling you, honestly, it's my best work, all right? This special is special. I'm really proud of it. It's self-produced, it's self-funded, it's self-released, and straight from me to you the way it should be. And here's the best part. During the premiere, I'll be live in the YouTube comments with you guys, hanging out the whole time. I'll answer questions. I want to watch it all unfold in real time with you guys like we're there together that night, all right? So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that reminder, and join me on release night. This one means a lot to me, and I would love to experience that first watch with you guys. Friday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Live and Alive, right here on my YouTube. Subscribe now and don't miss it. San Diego, I'll be at the Grand Comedy Club Friday, October 3rd. Get your tickets now on my website at ryansickler.com.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Welcome back to the Wayback, everybody. Ryan Sickler here saying thank you for anything you do that supports anything I do. Thank you for watching this show. This show is so much fun to dive into people's past, bring it to life. We're having a great time over here, and I'm very excited. Very excited to have this guest here in the Wayback with me, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Jeff Dye. Welcome to the Wayback.
Thanks for having me, my man.
Before we get into our podcast today, promote whatever you'd like, please.
JeffDye.com. I'm touring all over. Go there to get tickets. Yeah, Patreon, YouTube. I'm on all that crap. Look up Jeff Dye. Find me. Support me. I love you.
Where are you growing up? Where you grew up originally?
So I was born in Spokane, Washington, and then we moved to Seattle area before I started forming memories. So I was like a little baby or like a young kid.
And who's we? Mom, dad,
my mom, my dad, and my sisters.
Okay, sisters.
And we moved to Kent, Washington, which is about 40 minutes south of Seattle.
And what is it like growing up there?
It was fun. It was like Kent, Washington is very blue collar. It's a bunch of, it's funny, like to people in Seattle, we're like cowboys, right? But to real cowboys, they'd be like, you're just white trash. Like, we thought we were like, oh, Carhartts and boots and things. But really, we're just kind of a poor little town.
So what you mentioned on the Honeydew that your upbringing or your childhood was unusual.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So I think maybe my childhood was fine, but like my figuring out who I was like in school and stuff, that was unusual.
Tell us about it.
So like, I'm trying to think what made me say that when we were on the podcast, because it was like, the fact that I didn't have alcohol till I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
So all the bad kids didn't mess with me because they were like, they would drink alcohol and have sex, and they thought I'd snitch. They're like, dude, Jeff died. Don't invite him to the party. He'll tell on us because he doesn't drink or have sex or drugs. But then all the Christian kids, all the church kids, all the Mormon kids, they didn't want to hang out with me because they're like, dude, Jeff's bad. He blows up mailboxes. He's always, throwing stuffed animals across the street.
They got you in purgatory,
oh, yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah. So it's too bad for the good kids, too good for the bad kids.
Yeah.
And it was just this terrible world to live in that way. But famous at school.
Why?
I was hilarious, and I was also like fearless. I'll do anything to try to just get attention and get the kids to laugh.
Like what? What school? Middle school? High school? What are we talking?
All through elementary, junior high. Like I had to like live up to my reputation of being like the class clown.
How did it start? Let's hear elementary. What do you remember?
So in kindergarten, I was just still kind of in that fog you live in where you don't know things. But in the first grade, I remember Miss Allen, we had dual teachers. How weird is that? They like kind of co-headlined first grade.
Okay, all
Miss
right.
Plum and Miss Allen. 2 teachers. So anyways, I remember Miss Allen said something and I had a smart ass remark, but I didn't have the bravery to say it. So I said it to the kid next to me. His name was Joseph Garrell. Joseph Garrell said it out loud and the whole class laughed. And I was like, the fuck? That was what I said. So then, the next thing she said, I thought of another funny thing. Joseph Garrell said it out loud, everyone laughed. And I remember after 2 sentences, like, fuck that, I'm going to get my glory here. And so then I just became like a nuisance. But that's what started it all. That now after that, I was like, every time I got something funny to chime in, I'm gonna do it.
And are you a problem in school too? Like, are you a good problem? Like, you get in detention, that sort of stuff?
All that. Suspended, detention.
Tell us.
Sometimes I would just go to class and they'd be like, you're out.
Really?
Yeah, like before this class even started, they just didn't want to deal with me.
Where do you go? Where do they send you back in high school? What's detention in high school?
The office.
Oh, you would
go to the office.
We used to have a library. They would send us to a lot. You had wanted if the bad kids would have to go sit in the
poor
office.
librarian.
Yeah, the bad kids would be in the office. The kids that would come in late and all that shit, you go get your detention in the library and just sit there and be quiet.
We didn't
but
have
if you
that.
were a discipline problem, you were in the office.
Well, they thought we'd be afraid of the office. Even at that age, it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll go to the office. Like, they're always nice to me in there. You know, they just see some feral, dirty boy and they go, this guy's got probably home problems. You know, it was never like it was always the frivolous misdemeanor. You know, it was never anything like big enough that they were like, you know, we're going to suspend you.
So you're a boy with two sisters. You ever have to share a room?
No.
They shared rooms.
That was quite a contentious subject for my sisters because they had to share everything. Right? They're girls, and we don't have a lot of money.
How far apart are they?
3 years.
Okay.
So since we don't have a lot of money, they got hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I can't wear girls' clothes to
you just
school,
can't.
so my parents have to buy me
Today you can.
shitty new
You were
clothes.
before your time.
Yeah.
Today you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah.
And so then my sisters are like, well, why does he get new clothes? I'm like, I can't wear your clothes. So like they would always like thought I was like some spoiled brat. I was like, I'm not. These clothes suck. And like they're not, like I just can't wear a dress, you know? So that was a big thing. But
And so who are you hanging with? Like in the neighborhood, you have buddies you run around with there, like boys to play with? I'm
One.
saying like just one.
in elementary it was Mike Krause. And then in junior high it was Mike Roy.
Oh, you went swap
big
Mikes?
Mike thing. Yeah.
So
Just
tell me
knows-
about Mike Krause. Like, what are you
Mike
guys
Krause
getting
ruled,
into in
dude. This
elementary
kid was
school?
awesome. he liked all
Still
the
in
he
touch?
liked all the things I liked. You know, he liked baseball. He liked throwing rocks at cars and shit.
Would you do that?
Oh, all the time. That was like a daily thing for us.
Isn't that crazy? You just made me think of this too. We had a little brother. We still do, but at the time, we're like maybe 7, and he's like 4. And I have a twin brother, so we're both like,
I didn't know that.
pick that rock up and throw it at that car
Yeah,
coming
he's the
by.
guy.
And he doesn't fucking know what
Wants to
good
make
or
you
bad
happy,
is. He
yeah.
just takes this rock. He hits this fucking Mercedes, Jeff died. This guy fucking slammed on the brakes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just
Ass
3 of us in
whooping
our
time.
driveway.
Yeah.
He just got out and started screaming at us. We're like, man, this guy's fucking
Mercedes.
just hit a Mercedes. The guy
Well-
was like, what the fuck are you kids doing?
I always think about this is like girls, I don't expect them to understand, but they'll never understand like what guys think is cool. It breaks their brain. Like I'll see like a bodybuilder and I'm like, oh, that dude looks rad. And girls are like, that guy looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I'm like, if I looked like that, I'd have the world at my fingertips.
right, yeah.
Or like I remember like peeling out in the like a senior parking lot and I'm like in gravel, just like shooting up little rocks everywhere. And I'm like, I left like I must be the coolest fucking guy in the world. And every girl's like, that guy's a loser. Like, what is
we'll come
he
back
doing?
to their mics real quick.
Same thing with throwing rocks at
Yeah.
cars. I don't expect anyone to understand how fun it is to throw rocks at cars.
It's so stupid and dangerous, and it was so fun.
I loved
It's
it.
the only time you're ever getting away with
Oh, it
it.
was the best. And
That's
then a
it.
big semi would come. We were like, semi. Then we didn't have to hide. We're just launching big rocks through the fucking side of the
Dude.
trailer.
My brother one time. Let's look up my high school, Kirsten, please. It's Liberty High School, Eldersburg, Maryland. So this is the senior and teacher lot. The other side of the school was 9th, 10th, and 11th. This
Yeah.
was, premium parking. So you can see right behind there, those are tennis courts.
Yeah.
My brother at the time, we drive this 1979 Dodge Aspen station wagon, wood paneling. We pick up a gang of people to go to school, and we take them home. My brother, where that Cherokee's parked, he backs up against the parking pylon there, and he throws it in reverse and just does a fucking burnout, like an epic burnout I've never seen before in my life. It smokes the whole tennis courts out.
Nice.
The teachers are screaming. He leaves. I wish we could get in there because I'm telling you, This is 1991. Those rubber marks are still on that fucking
for sure. You
parking
can see them
pile.
up
Dude,
there.
it
Actually,
was
look at this.
Stupid.
Wrong
And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, they're gonna remember that. I was
That's
like, I
so
will, you
hilarious.
dumb. Yeah, that's it. Covered those.
Also,
tennis
the top
courts.
of the building. Those aren't burnout. Mine's
No,
the
it's
top
right
of the
down
building.
here. Kirsten's got it.
Yeah,
that
that's
little no
perfect.
parking area is right here. Yeah. Yep, that right there where you're circling.
I'm going to
100%.
type in my old parents' address. Put in 19305 Southeast 243rd Street. This is the road I walk down the street listening to Creed in my headphones. Like,
This is it.
I'll
Yeah.
show everybody, dude. Janine's going to want me later in life, you know. All right, so that's my neighbor's house. See that house?
Yeah.
That's my parents' house.
Okay.
And we would sit in these woods, it's not very big, the woods. And we would just throw rocks. So if the car stopped, they would be looking around like, hey,
Yeah, you don't know where the hell it
but
came
it's just enough
from.
woods to
Yeah.
be like, you felt like you were in the Vietnam War or something.
Yeah.
You're just launching rocks through that shit. Yeah, that's the front of their house. That's their Camaro collection.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
That's
dude,
really there?
Oh, dude, they got a bunch. My parents, 2 people, 75 Camaros.
Look at this. Look
Yeah.
at it. Look at them.
And they literally would be like it's insane.
Look at that's an old
Also,
60
that's how you
up
know
there.
you're white trash when your sister just texts you, Mom got another Camaro.
Another one.
Just out of nowhere. Like that's all they talk about. So, but yeah, so we used to launch rocks at cars. Didn't get in trouble ever. One time after the 5 millionth car, the dude put together what house it was and like came around and yelled at my sister. And my sister, she just snitched me out right away. She's like, yeah, I'll tell you, my parents.
And when you're walking,
so much fun off that road, man. We did so much trouble.
when you're walking down this road listening to Creed, where are you going?
To Crestwood Elementary.
You would walk.
Yeah,
You were a walker.
No, not to school. Just like I would walk when I was like, puberty, all emoed out. But no, I didn't walk to school. We took the bus to school. But for whatever reason, I believed that you were going to get we believed we were going to get kidnapped all the time.
we're gonna come back to your Christian upbringing
Oh, yeah.
and stuff because we didn't. Nobody was taking
insect.
our ass.
They're the dragonflies, which is fucking terrible. When I went to school there, we were the Crestwood Cobras. And we had a big ass cobra with like a smile on his face when I went there.
And now they changed it to your state insect.
And I said that like I was Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, you got
we used to have a
upset.
cobra with a big old
Cobra with
smile on his
with
face.
braces.
But yeah, and then they changed it to the fucking dragonflies or something.
Kirsten, go to 7417 2nd Avenue 21784. We're gonna walk to my middle school,
Oh, nice.
all the way up this fucking hill.
Was it safe? You feel safe walking?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it was a gang of us. You weren't gonna fuck with. You didn't want anything to do
And
with
they
these
all lived
kids.
by you?
Yep.
Neighbor kids?
These are all kids going to school. Yep. All the way up this fucking hill here, all the way up this hill.
Has it changed much? It looks pretty
It
old.
still looks the same. This was how we walked all the way up this hill. All the way. This cemetery here, we used to play football in the cemetery.
That's got to be some sort of
Great
bad
story.
luck.
Can I
That's
tell
gotta be
you?
some sort of bad luck
We used to play
playing
football in that
and
fucking
over
back,
dead
back in
bodies.
the cemetery all the time. So keep going up that hill. Two embarrassing stories. So a good friend of mine named Mark Orlando. He used to play football for Towson State, our high school, Towson State University, and then he played for the CFL champion Baltimore Stallions, the only American team to ever win the Grey Cup.
Now
Right?
we're talking.
Really good. And we were friends in high school. He's a year older than me, and I looked up to him a little bit. And one day I'm 15, he's 16, he's driving me home. And we're going by this cemetery, and he always joked about everything. And he goes, my mom is buried in here. I go, shut the fuck up, dude. He goes, no, my mom's buried in here. I go, your mom's not dead. I just saw your dad at a game with this lady. He's like, that's not my mom. My mom's dead. He goes, I can prove it. I go, how you going to prove it? This motherfucker pulls into this cemetery and drives me to his mom's headstone. I was like, I'm so fucking
That's
sorry, dude.
hilarious.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Your mom's
dude.
dead? Prove
I
it.
had no idea. I thought he was fucking with me.
That's
he kept saying, no, she's in here. And I'm like, no, she's not.
Where
dude.
you guys play football?
Yeah, where I live. And
Did you ever go to the cemetery at night or anything? You guys into that shit?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh no, we didn't have the balls or a cemetery access.
Wait, okay, so turn back around.
We didn't know
Kirsten,
any
we're still walking to
cemeteries.
school. We're going straight here. Cut straight. Keep going straight down there. Yep. Keep going straight to
a
the
hell
end
of
of
a
this.
walk.
This is our walk to school every day in the freezing snow. Keep going.
These are nice
All right,
houses.
now we're gonna make a right here.
Now you got these rich
This
kids.
house is my buddy Chris Lamb used to live over here to the left. Now that's his house right there. The next one over. Yep.
Yeah, we had a Chris Lamb at my school.
We used to. He was at the end of the street. We'd pick him up because now we got to keep going. This motherfucker would never be on time. His stepmom was the biggest bitch. She hated everyone. Him too.
And we Chris, if you're listening, dude, he's just being honest.
He is listening. He hates her too.
Okay.
It'd be 3 degrees and we'd be out there. She would never let us in the house. She'd be like, "You can wait on the porch." And we would, after a while, we're like, "Fuck you, Lamb."
Yeah, we're cold.
We come by and scream, and if you ain't ready, we're rolling. All right, so now turn to your right again. We're going down this hill, all the way down this hill. Keep going all the way. You're gonna run into the school. Keep going.
Would you
Dude, this was
for
a
school
long
an hour before
this
school?
Was a long ass walk. All right, we're gonna now go to the left. And there's the school right there.
Okay, that's a
the
small school.
every day.
No, that's bigger.
And let me tell you something. We used to have this old school vice principal named Mr. Chase.
That's why your back's broke. You fucking walking all this. He's like you went to war as a kid.
So these were all walkers. A lot of kids in this area would go to here to Sykesville Middle School. And we had this old school black vice principal named Mr. Chase. And this dude didn't fuck around. Wore a suit. He was very much cut from the cloth of, what was his name? Joe Clark.
Okay.
You know, I'm Batman, Lean on Me, that principal. He had a paddle on his wall with holes in it. And we'd say, "Mr. Chase, why is there a paddle with holes in it?" He goes, "That's so the meat goes through it." We'd be like, "Jesus Christ."
The meat goes through it. That's fucking wild.
And then he drove an old school blue caddy.
Did he ever whack nobody? You never, no, just
You
all
know what
threads.
this dude would do? I wish we had more of Mr. Chases in the world. He cared. He gave a fuck. He would get in his old school blue caddy because it would start with this. Everybody get in their home. That's the cafeteria down there, all glass at the bottom.
Looks pretty nice.
And that's the gym up there. You would get in your homeroom to begin and end the day. And the first thing was walkers are dismissed. And then you could go. And then you had to sit and wait. They'd be like, bus 88. And if that was your bus, you go, bus 143 is here. Then you just have to wait till your bus got there. But we were first out.
For safety.
And because we're all hellions in middle school, he would get in his blue caddy and he would drive all through the neighborhoods. He broke up so many fucking fights.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He would just roll through the neighborhood, be like, "Jeff Dye, you better break that shit up."
Yeah,
He'd
like,
get out. He'd
man,
get out and break it up and yell at you.
Why are you here?
You'd get detention and shit. You thought you were off school property. But he gave a shit. He wasn't going to let any of his fucking...
Why even do
this
that?
one cursing to the left. Yeah, that guy. That one. That's the one he'd roll around in the
Also,
neighborhood.
why are we even doing this bus protocol if walkers are just allowed to like leave?
Walkers are dismissed.
Yeah,
bro.
walkers. We don't care about those kids.
When we were like, we are out.
That's hilarious. A funny name too, walkers.
Tell me about the Christian upbringing.
So my parents were agnostic. Well, sort of. So when my parents were Methodist.
Okay.
And so they went to a Methodist church. We hated it. We're kids. We didn't want to go.
Yeah, I don't know any kid that really loved
It's
church.
so boring. And like you also, I don't want to wake up early on a Sunday. So
that's
like, it
it.
was just like, ugh. And you'd have to like find your best clothes. We didn't even have best clothes. So we just, everything was a reach. So then we go to the church. We hated it. My mom has this huge falling out with the church. Right. So basically what happened was our youth group teacher was a lesbian. And my mom finds out that she's lesbian, has a big meltdown. Now, the church was like, listen.
It wasn't obvious?
It was pretty obvious, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty. My mom's like, I don't know. I thought she just was dressed like a guy, you know?
I used to have a girlfriend in high school whose mom swore Rosie O'Donnell wasn't a lesbian. I was like,
she loves Tom Cruise.
Listen, then she loves Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And then she came out and said, "I'm a lesbian." Still didn't want to believe it. I'm like, she's saying
that's
it.
just
She's saying it.
I like that kind of denial. Just don't let your heroes do what you don't want them to.
No, she's
couldn't
not.
be
She's
true.
just saying
She has a husband.
Okay, sorry. You have a lesbian church
and
counselor.
so she has a big meltdown about it, and the church is like, "You got to go." Like this isn't the way we handle things. You don't just cause a big uprising in the church over this kind of stuff. So my mom, who put like her faith in the church instead of like God, felt like religion had rejected her. Not that the church had rejected her, that these people in Kent, Washington rejected her. She saw it as like every Christian's a hypocrite and God must not be real or whatever she started to believe. We didn't care. We're kids. We go, good. I don't want to go to church
on Sunday.
Yes. Right. We were so happy. But then I got to an age where I'm looking for answers, like I want to know where we go when we die. I want to know what the point of all this is. Now, my rascal friends that blow up mailboxes with me, they don't got any answers and they don't care about these questions. And then all the good kids, no one else really was I was kind of a young thinker. I just wanted to know the point of things. So the nicest kids at school were Christians who had answers. They're like, oh, you die and you go with Jesus. I was like, oh, that's good enough for me.
What was your like church called?
Well, I would just go to kind of like church functions.
Was there a camp you ever went to?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how it started though.
You do like Christian church camps, summer camps?
Yeah, there's one that was in, I'm having trouble remembering it. But like the Christian kids were the nicest kids. And then they would also be like, want to go snowboarding? I'm like, my mom was never going to let me go snowboarding. They're like, the church will pay for it. And I was like, oh. So it was like, that was what was great about it. The nicest kids and they had answers. So I just kind of kick it with them and do whatever. And then, yeah, I got into it. Like I really liked it. That was almost my rebellion.
What kind of trouble are you getting into there? Because I know
still goofing off.
I was going to say, yeah. Tell me about the mailbox friends blowing up stuff.
Yeah.
Like who's these kids? Who are these kids?
There was a kid in high school named Jordan Shank, and he had all these great stories about.
I love real names.
He had all these great stories about like the pranks he had done. And so we were just like, I was kind of starstruck by him a little. Like I thought he was so cool. And so we would try to do the same pranks.
Is he older?
No, he was our age.
Oh, yeah.
And he would hang out with us sometimes. And later he turned out to be kind of a butthole about it. But like, because I'm looking for friends. Dude, I'll do anything to just get someone to like me, be my buddy. So I would tell stories, but it was like Jordan's story. I'd be like, oh, one time this happened. My buddy's like, that was my story. That happened to me. I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up. You're ruining this. You know, the kids are laughing. So, but he would like tell us all these stories about like tying fishing line around like a stuffed animal. And then like putting the stuffed animal across the road. And then when a car would come, you pull it across the road like an animal's running in front of their car.
Dude, that's
in hindsight, so dangerous.
We did the same thing but different, I'll say.
That was on Wax Road.
We used fishing line, and the funny thing is, see this mailbox right here? I saw some on the road by your old place. You know the cluster of mailboxes and shit? Yeah. So we used to do the same thing. We would go fishing string, and we would do mailbox to mailbox, and we would tie like 3 or 4 cans on each end, and then the car wouldn't see it, so they drive through it, and then the cans are clanking behind them, and then they get out to look for their muffler, and we'd be like,
yeah, it's the best.
Shit like
dude,
that.
It's the best. Go back to my house, like we'll go back to like where my parents' house was, if you can find that. I don't know how
you're so dumb.
Dude, this one's wild. You'll love this. I want you to see the mailboxes across from my parents' house.
I remember. That's what I'm saying. It reminded me of it. The cluster.
Yeah, we had this idea. We're gonna blow up these mailboxes, right?
I love punk.
It's fun seeing this too. We'd go across that gravel pit. That's where I would run off to look at like magazines of tits and shit.
See, Kirsten?
Always out in the ground.
It's always in the woods.
I was like a werewolf, just jerking off, going,
jerked off
no
over
one
here.
Oh yeah, at night under the moonlight.
This is where you're jerking off under the moonlight.
I could have been killed out there, but it's like like just didn't have any privacy with all this. So I had to go out there. I ran across the street.
That's where you would find the porns in the woods.
Bury my tits. I would like bury the like little magazine with tits, so I wouldn't have to find it again. You know. All right, so go to where. I see those mailboxes.
Yeah,
I blew the fuck out of those things.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good one,
right? You used to have a little roof on it before me.
Wait, real quick.
The
this
big
guy's
one.
got a. There it is.
That's the roof.
You blew it off.
Yeah, it's gone, dude. Boom, blasted that shit off.
Great job, Kirsten. Look at them. There they are. Look.
So see the
Jeff
big
Dye
one?
just came by last
See
night.
that big one on the right?
Yeah.
That's my parents, right? So here's the thing.
Would you blow your own up
No,
too?
I'm so dumb. They caught me. They go to my dad. They go, your son must have blown up the mailboxes.
You would individually blow all of them up, not just
and
the
I blew
whole
thing, but not my parents because we put the explosives in the other ones, like firecrackers and shit.
That's what I'm saying. You're going individually in all of them but yours.
Exactly. And so then,
Dude.
my mom and dad are like, how do you know it's our son? You know, they're all defensive. It's not like they liked me. They just didn't want to get in trouble, you know? So they're like, how do you know it's a... And they're like, well, yours is still there. And I was like, fuck, man, I should have blown up ours too. I just didn't want my mom and dad to be mad at me. So like I left ours and then blew up the other ones. We getting mail at the end of our driveway for fucking years just because I blew that shit up. It was amazing. But like, I should have...
Go back to when it newer, when it doesn't have the roof. Look at this guy's got a Suzuki Samurai. Look at this.
That's the same cars and the exact same things from over 25 years ago. That van's never moved.
No way.
No,
it's not even moved.
I swear to you.
This is 2008. This is 2018.
10 years that thing's in the same
My whole
spot.
life. I'm saying 40 years. is what I'm telling you.
Why
Also,
not just sell it for like $300 and tow it the fuck out? That's like
No
an
idea.
18 van.
Also,
Look at
I know.
it. That's what he want. He bought that shit in the 80s. He was like, I'm gonna
It
make
is
this
cool.
shit.
I'm gonna eventually gonna fix this
That's
up.
his 18 project.
But here's the thing, I
man.
can name every family that lived in every house on that cul-de-sac. We knew them. We knew their drama. We knew their divorces, their new wives. We knew everything about everyone in that neighborhood except that guy. To be that private, like that's the most private person in the world.
Okay, you said it was another guy, Mike, in high school. Tell us
and
about
Mike
this
Roy.
guy.
Mike
Was he
Roy's
crazy too?
I
A little
love him. I still
wild?
keep up with him.
Okay, yeah.
I love him.
What?
Mike
tell
was
some
like me.
stories
He's
about
kind
him.
of I was a lone wolf by accident. You know, like I said, that was too bad for the good kids and too bad for the good kids and too good for the bad kids. But Mike was like just beat to his own drum. So Mike didn't give a shit if I was bad or good. He just was like, you know, Jeff is my friend, and we would like just pal around and do. You know, it's always like hitting golf balls onto the freeway. You know, playing video games in between. You know, like no girls liked us, so we would just go around, just kind of killing time. Mike Roy's the man.
You high school athlete?
Nope, nothing.
No, really?
Just a class
So
clown.
you're a big sports fan, but you never played?
Loved sports, wasn't good enough at them. Yeah.
Even as a child growing up?
Nothing.
No.
We played in the kinds that your parents could pay.
Yeah, I see.
You know, they'd be like, "Oh, we'll pay $100, and now my son gets a T-shirt and plays in there."
And hits.
And I loved it, but it wasn't good enough. I was also a late bloomer and all that stuff. It's like I'm probably more athletic now than I was back then.
What's the most trouble you remember getting in as a kid? Were your parents strict like that if you fucked up big time?
Oh, they were pissed off about my grades all the time. That was always a thing because I got terrible grades.
Yeah.
And my sisters got great grades, so they assumed everyone should get great grades. They didn't understand how I couldn't figure it out. But that was a big one. And then the biggest one was I got caught shoplifting at the Supermall.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's a Supermall?
So go to
Let's look this
Auburn,
up.
say a Supermall in Auburn, Washington. This is an interesting thing that is anyone our age will be able to relate with. Everybody thought their mall was the biggest mall in America, right? We all believed that. And so we thought the Supermall was the largest mall in America in Auburn, Washington. Turns out it was just a mall.
Until you find out about the Mall of America.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, because we didn't have the internet.
I know, right?
So when we found out we got a Supermall, we're like, "What? The Supermall is the biggest mall ever invented." I went to Oshman's Super Sports. I want to see if it's still on there. Oshman's. I don't even know if you find it on there. But Oshman's, and I just stole some batting gloves. And these batting gloves were probably like $80, you know, like for like the baseball team, like those things. And I got caught, immediately surrendered, and my mom picked me up.
Surrender.
I
What do you
did.
mean? How old were you?
So because
High school?
it was high school age, yeah. But here's the thing: the guy comes out and he goes, "You know why I'm here?" And he had like flashed a badge, but he's one of those internal cops, or not cops, internal.
Security
He works
guard,
for
yeah.
the fucking.
Loss
I could have
prevention.
ran. I could have
Yeah.
told him to fuck off. Didn't know. He goes, "You know what this is about?" And I was like, "Yes." I just immediately surrender. My friend's like, "What?" And like, I could have just ran. So
And you're still in the store?
still in the store.
This is what my dad taught me, man. My buddy stole condoms one time when we were in a CVS, and
Yeah.
he got caught, and the guy grabbed him before we got out of the store. And my dad said, "That's not." He said, "You could put it in your pocket and walk it to the register.
Yeah.
You should have just said, I'm going up to pay for these."
Yeah.
They can't get
Or just
you
run.
before you leave the store. Yeah.
There's no way that guy's gonna find me at my house. There's no police pursuit.
For batting
I should have just
gloves,
ran. It took hours for the cops to get there.
Did it?
Yeah, he put me in
The
this little
cops are probably
stupid room.
pissed, too. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing
He
here?
put
for
me in this
batting
little room,
gloves?
takes a Polaroid of me like you're banned from the mall, and I'm like, "This is all happening," and it's like I should have just ran. If cops finally show up, they're like, "Dude, we don't know. This kid seems like a nice kid, you know." But my mom's looking at me like, my mom was so rattled by the whole thing. She's like, "Are you in a gang?" Like I'm like, "A gang? Do I look like I'm in a fucking
on a
gang?"
baseball team, goddamn.
It like literally like flipped her universe. It's like, you know how common shoplifting is. Anyway, so that was definitely the most trouble I ever got in. My mom didn't even want to look at me. She was so embarrassed and
Did you
pissed
get
off.
grounded for that?
Oh, everything. I was like completely.
What do
on.
they do when you get grounded? What are your
It's just like every other thing.
in your room? Take away all your.
Yeah, but I didn't have shit, and we weren't. You know, so it didn't really affect anything. You're like, I'm already always in here.
He was like, I'm just gonna go over across the rock pit and jerk off.
Yeah, I'd sneak out. Yeah, for real, dude. That gravel pit.
Can I still go outside at night?
Well, I like wait till 2 a.m. Just run across there like a wolf.
Dude, this is fun. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
One more time, promote whatever you'd like, please.
Go to jeffdye.com, find tickets for when I'm coming to your town. Also, just Google Jeff Dye. Check me out.
All right, man. Thank you. As always, Ryan Sickler on all your social media. We'll talk to y'all next week.